Let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
William Mary's a great team. I have a lot of respect for Coach Laycock. He's been a guy that I've admired from a long time. He hired me as a young coach who didn't know anything. Now I'm an older coach that doesn't know anything, So, but it's a game that I think the fans will enjoy. Two teams are very evenly matched statistically. If you look at us, styles are similar. Defense, offense, quarterbacks that move the ball, and playmakers. So it'll be a great venue, a great atmosphere. Both of us 9-1. The implications of a win, what that means. I mean, all those things you guys have talked about and written about. Players understand it, but all we want to do is play a ball game and compete, and have a chance to be 10-1.
Thank you. Questions for Coach London?
Mike, you got a couple keys to the game in your head. It's been kind of percolating since Sunday.
Well, just the things we talk about the players all the time. We have to take care of the ball. We have to make sure that we value the importance of field position because they have an outstanding punter. We have to make sure that defensively we cover all our lanes and our gaps because they have a quarterback that'll pull it down and run, and also a running back who leads the CAA in rushing, and he'll try to exploit those running lanes. So it's a game that we kind of liken it to like a ping pong match. We just hit the ball over and hit it back, hit it over, hit it back. Then every once in a while, someone would probably try to take a stab at it to do something. But for the most part, we just want to keep the ball in play and field position, good offense, good defense, move the chains, convert third downs. And I'm sure from their part, they'd like to play the same way and then take advantage, of plays or circumstances when they present itself. So I think that's kind of how the game may be played.
Go ahead. Does the improvement in their defense jump out on film? Can you see that much of a difference outside of the numbers that they've been putting up?
Well, you see it because you know that those are the same guys that played last year. Now they're bigger, faster, stronger. Agent Tracy, is the best there is around. The linebackers are a solid group that they run and hit well. The secondary is fast. The corners are real fast and athletic. So you see as teams have returners, you see the improvement from the previous year, and they've done a great job. John Sauer, the strength coach, and all the defensive coaches, Bob Shoup, the D coordinator, they've done a great job developing the talent that they had from last year into what they are right now.
As opposed to a program that is noted for having a good defense, how much more does their improvement help them in terms of an overall team confidence level? Because now they know they can win any type of game. They don't have to outscore people anymore.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's always been said that defense wins championships, and defense allows you, if you're good on third down, to keep a low third down percentage, make the other team punt. Defenses that bend but don't break, allow maybe some long gains, but don't allow you to throw the ball behind them. They create. They're number one in the league with sacks, and they're number one in the league with tackles for losses. They like to create those third and long situations. So the formula for success for them defensively has been a lot of that. But having good players and older players, experienced players, helps tremendously also.
Do you harp any on what happened in the second half of this game last year, or is it not? You don't need to mention it to a group that's this experienced.
No, I mean we have a lot of tape. We've watched a lot of tape, and everybody's aware of what happened. Last year you have to play first quarter, second quarter, third, fourth quarter, and you have to be able to execute on all facets of the game. So we're alert and aware to what happened and how we have to play in order to to come out on top.
Mike, you mentioned older, experienced players. I don't think there's a more experienced or older team than yours with, all 22 starters are fourth-year or fifth-year guys. Can you just talk about the value of that and also how they have gotten better as they've moved along? Sure.
It's, a more experienced player, having been in big games or in tight games, has something to draw on in terms of an experience. And when you can do that in tight games and know that you got to relax, but you still have to execute. You got to play fast, but you got to still be alert and aware to what's going on. That's what an experienced player does for you and provides for you. So, yes, we have that. We played in a lot of close games and won 2 at the very, very end here. And that's attributed to older, experienced players that know the circumstances. So, and they have the same as you alluded to. We do also, but I think because of the way the two teams are so closely matched that all these other aspects, field position, turnovers, or the lack of getting them is going to be a critical issue.
As much as your team has experienced the last 2 years with close games and odd, is there anything that this group hasn't seen or that would phase it?
We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot. We've lost close games, a la, the Villanova game. So you just want to do things. I think they understand you want to do things that can keep you in a game. Are they going to get first downs? Yes. They're going to convert third downs? Yes. We're going to, miss tackles and miss assignments, and that happens during the course of a game. But we have to minimize. I think what they understand, we have to minimize those things that can cause you to lose the game and eliminate mental errors. We got to know where we're getting lined up. If you physically get beat, then that's one thing, but don't get beat because of a lack of assignment or mental error. So I think this game's focus is a lot on that, and then making sure, as I said again, about where the ball is going to be placed when we start playing it, when we got it, and then when they have it.
Hey, Mike, along the veteran line there, talking about veterans, typically when you recruit, what percentage is a good percentage of hits for a class to turn into starters, difference makers for you? In 1A, if you sign 25 guys, what's a good number to be starters by the time they're fifth-year guys? Did you have a number in your head for something like that?
John, that's it's one of those things that, because if you have a large lineman class, then you're not going to have a large hit, because linemen are typically the guys that have to develop strength room and conditioning and all that. If you have a larger skill class, then the skill is you can run, and if you can run fast, then you can go out there and be a DB or a wide receiver. So it all depends on the who and the what in terms of what you need.
Tell us by the time they get to fifth year, though?
You would hope. You'd hope so. You'd hope that I'd hope that at least half or three-quarters of them have the ability to really contribute significantly. Along the way, you look around the room and some guys leave for various reasons, and so by the time that actual class, that number comes to fruition, you look around, there's not too many of them, but you hope that the ones that stayed with it and become the fifth-year guys because of development will lead to significant contributions.
Thank you.
Coach,
yes.
You mentioned similarities on the field. Both these teams are similar off the field also. I was looking today, both of you have 84% graduation rates for your players. And could you talk a minute about what that means in recruiting, the challenges it all, because you've got to do the right thing, got to get the right kids up front on the front end and keep them moving toward graduation, and advantages and disadvantages of that.
Well, I think the advantage of being at William & Mary, at Richmond, places I've been, Boston College, UVA, in terms of academics, you qualify with your profile pool of student athletes is going to be, and both schools are very similar in terms of the kind of student athlete that gets admitted here, the kind of student athlete that it takes, to handle the rigors of academic challenge and also the athletic expectations. So we recruit similar young men because of our academic profiles. And whether good, bad, or indifferent, we had a team last year that won it all based on that profile. So are there other things I'd like, other players I'd like to get into school here? Sure. But the fact is that, the standards of the school are set. We recruit the standards of the school and attract a high quality of young man because he values an education and he values a chance to compete and play for championships. And I think for a lot of young men out there and their parents, this is the best of both world opportunities, for both schools, a school like us and William & Mary.